Today I'm going to show you how to never pay for a transmission service again, as you're going to learn how to do it yourself. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to Random Fix. So today I am changing the transmission fluid here on my Toyota. However, depending on your vehicle, this can be really easy. So for me, the most difficult part is actually jacking the vehicle up, as I need to be on a level surface. So I got myself some transmission fluid. Don't worry, if you have a question about your transmission fluid, how much it takes, what kind to buy, I'm going to answer this during this video. So make sure you stay tuned. You may need some special tools depending on your vehicle. So I have a transmission fluid pump here, and it comes with all the different attachments, and it works across a lot of different vehicles, from Fords to Toyotas to BMWs, whatever it is. This kit probably includes it. And so I've already added my fluid here, and now I'm going to go underneath the vehicle and we'll talk about what needs to be done underneath. And if you have a question during this video, just be patient, and I promise you it'll be answered in the video. I'll show you where to get all the different parts, how much fluid you need, what kind of fluid, and I'll also talk about some tools that you should have. But depending on your vehicle, you might be able to go ahead and do this without even lifting the vehicle up, and we'll talk about that now. So if you guys like this kind of content, make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up as you're watching it, and if you want to subscribe to the channel, it would mean a lot to me. So depending on your vehicle, you have two different methods of actually changing the fluid. On newer vehicles, these come with sealed transmissions. So what that means is it doesn't have a transmission dipstick. If your vehicle has a transmission dipstick, you can go ahead and just suck the fluid out by using one of these motor oil evacuators, and they're really easy to go ahead and operate. And it's just got a big tube that goes and attaches to right here, and it goes down into the transmission dipstick, and it allows me to go ahead and suck up the fluid. I'll leave you guys a video down below where you guys can see that in action. For this video, we're going to focus more on the seal transmission. So I have the vehicle lifted up. I'll leave you guys a video on how you could do that as well. Now I'm going to go under the vehicle, and we could take a look at what's down here and how they differ on some vehicles, and show you how to get this done and save you quite a bit of money. And best of all, you know it's going to be done correctly, and you're going to learn something. So before we go underneath the vehicle, let's talk about some tools that I will need on this. So every vehicle is a little different. For this vehicle, I'm going to need a 10mm hex, and also some extensions. Got a 3/8 bar, and a lot of vehicles just use a 3/8, and you don't need any bit. So we'll take a look at that. And I have a drain pan right there as well. I have a creeper, which I'm going to use to basically slide underneath the vehicle. And the most important thing here is going to be safety. So make sure you have the vehicle on jacks and that the vehicle is level. And never take any chances. Get yourself some safety goggles. Let's go underneath. Now, after completing this repair, I got to tell you guys, safety goggles are actually essential. And many times during the video, I'm going to tell you guys this. It's all about safety. So make sure your vehicle is completely flat, not just for safety. You will not be able to accurately measure the transmission fluid if it is not on a flat, level surface. And you want to ensure all your jack stands are the same level. Now we're underneath our vehicle. Let's talk about some components and some things to watch out for. This right here is going to be my motor oil or engine oil drain pan. You do not want to touch this. This is my oil filter, but what I am looking for is the fill and drain port. So on this vehicle, the drain port is right here, and again, gravity is going to be our friend, so this is going to be lower than the fill port. And before you touch the drain plug, it is really important to go and inspect and also crack the fill port, and mine is right here. It's that one right there, and I want to go and open that up, as it's really important, because if I go and drain the transmission and I'm not able to go and open this up or stripped, I'm gonna have an issue. The vehicle is not gonna go and drive anymore, and I'm gonna have to get it towed and take it over to a shop, and they're gonna charge me extra because I try to do it myself. So let's go ahead and crack that right there, and then we will go and drain the fluid. And if you have older vehicles, some of the older vehicles had a transmission pan, and when you lowered the pan down, there would be actually a filter inside there. A lot of the newer vehicles do not have this. So this is going to be a simple refill, and let's crack that right there and get access to the fill port. Okay, so I've gone ahead and cracked the fill port, and you may need to use a rubber mallet or some sort of hammer, as some of these may be frozen, as this is the very first time this vehicle is having a transmission fluid service, and it's got over 130,000 miles now. And I can go and basically walk this out. It's really important to pay attention to the fluid when you first open this up, and you want to pay attention to the fact that it's not overfilled. So I'm going to back this out, and as you notice, there's no fluid dripping out. So when I fill this up, I want to make sure that no fluid is dripping out actively. And depending on the vehicle, sometimes they actually want you to overfill it and basically allow a very small stream. Now with the fill port removed, it's going to be very easy for me to drain the transmission fluid, which I'm going to go and access the drain plug right here. Now with the fill port removed, it's really easy to go and complete this. All I need to do is locate the drain port, which is on the opposite side of the transmission case right here. And it's right here. Again, this might be a little tight. As I'm letting this fluid completely drain out, I did want to mention some vehicles have to be brought up to operating temperature. As I'm letting the last of the ATF come out from the drain port here, it's really important to go ahead and mention that you need to torque everything down to a specified torque. So this particular vehicle is going to have the drain plug here torqued to 30 pounds, and make sure you put the right plug in the right port. So this is going to be my drain plug, and this is my fill plug. If you have the option to pay a few bucks more for a magnetic drain plug, go ahead and pay it. And pay special attention to the washers that are on these drain plugs, as you sometimes have to go and change any sort of rubber or plastic gasket. This one actually has metal gaskets, so I'm gonna be okay to reuse this. But as the vehicle ages, if you have a plastic or a rubber gasket, go ahead and replace it. Now I'm going to reinstall the drain plug here and tighten to the right specification. Now it's time to go ahead and fill the transmission through the fill port, and depending on the vehicle, you will need a different adapter. So most of these transmission kits come with the right adapter for your vehicle. For example, this ATF 103 is for Audi, VW, and Skoda. Now it's actually time to fill up the fluid. So you want to make sure you get the right fluid. We'll talk a little bit more about this towards the end. Stick with OEM whenever possible, unless you're 100% sure that what you're buying is going to be an exact OEM replacement and that they actually produce the fluid. So I got 4 quarts in here. This calls for 3.5. I'll show you guys where to look up that information later on. And I can go and look at the sheet that's provided here and figure out which tip I need to use. So it calls for this particular tip. However, I'm just going to use this generic one right here. And I got myself this fluid transfer pump, but you can go ahead and just use one of those hand pumps. This is just a lot faster. And I'll leave you guys links to my favorite pump and kit in the description box down below. And please do yourself a favor, do not buy any of these cheap kits, as I've had to really modify this just to get it to work. It did not hold any pressure. So with the fluid added, I'm going to crawl back underneath the vehicle and start pumping the fluid and get this transmission filled up. This is a lot easier than a hand pump, but with a great pump, you can get this done in a snap. This is not a great pump. And once you see it dripping back out, you know you can stop. I got a steady stream right there. And make sure that your catch pan is right underneath. Now I got my fill plug here, and I'm going to put this back and quickly clean up the area and just go ahead and tighten this back up. Again, follow the specifications for your vehicle. This particular vehicle is supposed to be torqued at 30 pounds. That's nice and tight. By this point, you're probably realizing this is not that difficult. And if I can do it, guys, you guys can do it too. Stay tuned. I'm going to give you guys a bunch of tips, and these are going to help you save quite a bit of money. Hey guys, thank you so much for staying tuned till the end of the video. So now you probably want to know how to go and search the fluids for cheap. So I like to go and shop on Rock Auto. As on Rock Auto, it lets me know who the OE for the actual fluid is. And I'll show you guys a quick screenshot of this. And it's really easy to browse their catalog. And once you have the part number, you can compare prices. And I'll leave you guys a link to the Amazon fluid and the Rock Auto fluid so you can quickly compare them and see how much cheaper it is on Rock Auto. Now Rock Auto does charge for shipping, and my tip around that is try to keep everything on the same truck. So they have 3 different trucks, A, B, and C. So if you're gonna go and get some parts for your vehicle that are on truck B, try to see if you can get fluid that's OE compatible from truck B as well. And also, when you change the fluid, you want to make sure that you go through each gear for about 10 seconds. And for the first 15 miles, do not gun the car. Take it very slowly. And after working around cars since I was 13 years old, I never recommend changing all the fluid at once. So I normally like to do a drain and refill. And then maybe another 15,000 miles later, I'll go do the same exact thing. You do not want to shock the system. On the newer vehicles, you need to be able to read the temperature of the transmission fluid. This is my favorite scan tool right here, as it includes lifetime updates, and it's really good. It saved my butt a few times, and I'll leave you guys a link to the video down below. And you probably have a few other questions, so if you do, make sure you guys comment down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you guys. And sorry that this video took a little bit longer. As you guys may notice, my hair is a little longer as well. It's because I got busy with the van conversion on the Sprinter here, and I just got to put the beds and a few other items in. And I'm going to be sharing this with you guys in the coming weeks and months. And if there's something in this video that I left out, please let me know what it is. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you found the content to be helpful. As always, make it a great day.